Thank you and good afternoon. I'm so honored to receive this recognition. It's really kind of unbelievable. I'd like to say thank you to Jostens for their support of this luncheon for years, also to the AVCA and the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. Congratulations to all the other award winners, especially my Hall of Fame colleagues, Sue, Glenn, and Jean. There's a couple other people I need to thank today, as you can imagine. I'm so lucky I had parents that appreciated their tomboy daughter and supported her in sports all the way through her career. My older sister, Camille Hatcher, is here today, and she's given me great advice and support over the years. Thank you for being the perfect big sister for me. She gives me lipstick advice like yesterday. My younger brother, Jed, was always a big fan of sports. He referred to me lovingly as the bossy sister. I thought I was showing leadership skills, and he said, no, I don't think so. I also want to thank my longtime partner, Nancy Marcus, who always encouraged me to follow my passion with volleyball and ultimately spend time with most of you in this room. My brother-in-law, Teddy Marcus, and his wife, Barbara, are here today, and I'm so grateful for your support and that you could be here and love being a part of your family. When I moved to Tallahassee in 1976, I found paradise. And it wasn't just the area, but it was the people. I have a support group here today that I've known for over 40 years, if you can imagine. And their accomplishments are incredible. But yet, even during their busy careers, they took care of me. They took care of the dog when I was out of town. They took care of my mother. They entertained Nancy. They moved me 3 times when I was out of town. I was never in town when I moved. I don't know how that works. I never hired a moving company. Alicia, Janet, Joanne, Skeeter, and Colleen, I love you all, and thank you for everything. 2 important women in my younger days. One was Dr. Mary Jo Wynn, who was the volleyball coach at Missouri State University where I played. She was my coach my freshman year and quite a role model. And the other woman is Dr. Billy Jones, who hired me as a 21-year-old to go to Florida State University as the head coach. My lifelong mentor, Linda Dollar, is here. She was my volleyball coach the last 3 years of college. She's an AVCA Hall of Famer, so Linda, thank you for being here. Continually kept me involved in sport. She would call and say, there'd be a committee opening, and she'd say, why not you, Cecile? And I hope the rest of you have somebody like that in your life, because she's been tremendous. Certainly fortunate to work with great players, assistant coaches, support staff who used to constantly tell me, you need to lighten up. And I went, yeah, sure. A little bit of advice to coaches: take care of our young people. You're coaching people, not volleyball. Make sure it's fun. I think that's really important for you. Get involved in other areas besides volleyball, besides the coaching, and also take care of your campers, because these people are going to be everywhere. They're going to be your doctors, your lawyers, and these aren't the great athletes. These are the ones that are really going to be important. We even ran into one as a bartender at a family reunion in South Padre Island. My brother-in-law started laughing, and he said, the bartender was your camper, and I went, oh my God, no. So coaching is pretty stressful. I'm sure most of you realize that. Some strange things happen while you're coaching. I just wanted to share a couple with you. We're getting ready to play a match against Maryland. I had a player come up. I didn't know it was a player. A woman came up behind me, started talking to me. I'm looking at her. I can't really see her, and I said, you look familiar. Where did you play? And she said, I played for you 25 years ago. And I went, well, that's great. Okay, we all look a little different 25 years after college. One day I walked into the athletics center, and there walked up to an office door, and I started knocking. No one answered, and I looked over, and I saw my secretary looking at me. And I was knocking on my own office door. And I said, I could tell by her look. And I said, is she in there? And she said, I don't think she is. I said, do you have any idea when she'll be back? And she said, probably late December. So I got my key out and I went in. I'm sure we've all had to cut players, so I tried to cut a player once. We were going to get into offense and defense a little more extensively the next week, and I said, you know, I appreciate you being on the team. She was a Terminator, you know, the ball ended every time it got near. And I said, so you know, you're not going to be able to be on the team anymore. And she said, let me think about it. I said, okay. I hadn't thought further along than what I was going to say. And I said, well, you can think about it, but, you know, you're not going to be on the team. And she said, you know, I'm going home this weekend. Let me talk to my parents. And I went, okay, talk to whoever you want to, but you're not going to be on the team. She was in practice on Monday. I can't tell you how I got her out of practice, but I did get her out of practice. And then I just want to sum up my career in one word, and this just happened to me in October. I boarded a flight in Tallahassee. I was upgraded in first class because I travel a lot. North Carolina was in town. Joe Segula comes by, and he gives me a little kiss on the cheek. He walks by. His assistants pat me on the shoulder. Some players high-fived me. ESPN crew came by. They said hello. Other people in the community said hello. And so everybody got seated. And this lady across the aisle, having a cocktail, said, can I ask you something? And I said, well, sure. She goes, you know, everybody that got on this plane talked to you, you talked to them. Who the hell are you? Well, Cecile Reynaud wasn't going to get me very far with her, so I proudly said, I was a volleyball coach. And she said, pfft. And so I think that pretty much sums it up. I couldn't have asked for a better life, a wonderful family and friends, a career representing Florida State University, USA Volleyball, and helping young women lead successful lives. So I sincerely appreciate this honor today, and thank you very much. Thank you.